Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. We are from Group 5, and today we are going to talk about sustainability reporting, which is regulating sustainability reporting, an outgoing debate. Before we going into the topics, please let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Muhammad Alfarisy with NPM 2411031140.
And my name is Alena Muatiya with NPM 24110311052.
Okay, so without further ado, let's go into the topic. Okay, the first one is introduction to the practice of sustainability accounting. Sustainability reporting refers to the practice of organizations disclosing information on their sustainability activities, which has grown from early environmental reports into a widespread and increasingly standard practice. Unlike financial reporting, it is still largely voluntary, allowing organizations to choose the scope, format, and content of their reports, leading to diverse approaches. Over time, however, growing interest from stakeholders such as NGOs and also the investors, along with new regulatory initiatives across countries and the development of non-state reporting frameworks has pushed the sustainability reporting towards greater standardizations and the prominence into the business world. Next, please. So, different names and forms of sustainability reporting. Sustainability reporting has different names, like the first is environmental, social, or EHS reports, and the second is corporate citizenship reports, and the third is corporate responsibility or accountability, and also we call it CSR reports, and also the last is non-financial reporting, broader than sustainability, contrasts with financial reports. The forms of sustainability reporting also has different forms, like the first is standalone reports, which is separate non-sustainability reports, and the second is integrated reports, which combine financial and also sustainability information, and the last is also online and social media, which is ongoing updates, interactive engagement with the stakeholders. Next, please. So, what is the purpose of sustainability reporting? Sustainability reporting helps organizations communicate their social and environmental performance to stakeholders, but its credibility is questioned due to its voluntary nature and lack of audits. Supporters see it as a tool for transparency, accountability, and also investor decision making, while critics argue it often serves corporate self-interest and risks creating false progress. Its true role in driving sustainability change remains debate. Sustainability reporting. Wait, no. Can you? Okay. Still the purpose. Sustainability reporting also is a way for organizations to share how they are funding environmental and social responsibilities. It also helps inform people like investors, customers, and the public about what the company is doing to protect the planet and support communities. Supporters of sustainability reporting believe it builds trust and encourage companies to be more transparent. These reports can also help investors to make better decisions and push business to improve their practice over time. But however, many of these reports are voluntary and not reviewed by outside experts. This makes some people question how honest or complete they are really are. Critics worry that companies might use these reports to look good without making real changes, which can lead to greenwashing. Because of this, there is still a debate about how effective sustainability reporting really is. While it has the potential to support massive changing, its true impact depends on how seriously companies take it and also whether stronger rules and checks are put into place. Okay, next, please. So, an ongoing debate for regulating sustainability reporting. Sustainability reporting has sparked debate on whether it should remain voluntary or become mandatory. Frameworks and guidelines have been developed to improve the usefulness and the comparability of reports. As sustainability challenges become more urgent, pressure to standardize reporting has increased. The question is not only whether companies report, but also which sustainability issues they are required to cover. Okay. The next is increasing regulatory initiative. The countries like Australia is already have the water reporting. The France has employee disclosures, and the South Africa has also integrated reporting in influence. But one of the most important development is the European Union Directive on Non-Financial Disclosure in 2014. It applies to public interest entities with over 500 employees, requiring them to disclose environment, social and employee issues, human rights, and also anti-corruption. Companies can choose to report this information in a standalone sustainability report or include it in their management report. So, regulation are also driven by financial regulators in stock exchange, supporting investors' growing demand for sustainability data.
Okay, so the next one, we're going to talk about the should sustainability reporting be regulated and how. So regulation can take different form. Some focus on specific issues like greenhouse gas emission or anti-corruption, while others require broader non-financial disclosures. Many frameworks allow flexibility in how reports are presented, and enforcement is often light using the complete or explain approach. So arguments for regulation is like improves comparability and reliability, build trust with investor and stakeholders. And the arguments for regulations is like no universal best practice yet, may limit innovation in reporting, and the last one is voluntary space encourages experimentation and new ideas. So when we ask whether sustainability reporting should be regulated, the answer is complex. Some regulation demand specific disclosure, while others ask for broader information. In most cases, companies still have flexibility and enforcement is not very strict. Often regulators use a complete or explain model companies must either follow the rules or explain why they don't. Supporters say regulation improves comparability and investor trust. Critics argue that there's no one best way to report yet, and strict rules could stop innovation. So leaving flexibility may actually lead to more creative and effective reporting. The next one, we're going to talk about the study case, which is the AU Non-Financial Reporting Directive, NFRD, in Italy. So in Italy, the AU Directive 2014/95/AU shifted sustainability reporting from voluntary to mandatory for large public interest entities, which is over 500 employees. Companies now had to disclose on environment, social, human rights, and anti-corruption issues. This transition created more transparency and comparability, but firms also face challenge in adapting reporting system, collecting reliable data, and balancing compliance with the directive flexibility. So this case shows how the AU directive directly impacted at Italian companies. Before, many reported voluntary, but now large firms are required to disclose non-financial data. It improved transparency, but also created a new challenges around compliance like data quality and cost. So the connection to the subchapter, the first one is Italy's adoption of the EU directive shows how regulation moves reporting from voluntary to mandatory, addressing concern about transparency and comparability. The second one is the EU directive is a prime example of regulatory intervention similar to other countries like France and South Africa. Italy's case demonstrates how national context shape implementation. And the last one is although reporting is mandatory, companies still have flexibility in format and detail, showing the tension between standardization and innovation. So there is a four critical recommendation from us. The first one is trained data collection system to ensure accuracy and reduce compliance burden. The second one is provide training for employees to handle sustainability reporting requirements. The third one is develop clearer EU guidelines to reduce interpretation gaps across member states. And the last one is encourage third-party assurance to increase credibility and reduce concern about greenhouse. So we got the conclusion that the Italian case of the EU non-financial reporting directive shows how regulation can push companies toward greater transparency and accountability. While challenges remain in implementation, the directive has moved sustainability reporting from voluntary and inconsistent practices to a more standardized framework. This case highlights the broader debate. Regulation can drive progress, but must be designed carefully to balance comparability, credibility, and also innovation. So I think that's all from our group. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank
Waalaikumsalam
you.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.